each partner is connected to each other because of past karmas. The disciple inquired, does each partner or husband and wife are connected to each other because of the past karmas? Shankar remained silent for a short while, as he could not respond in affirmation or negation. Instead, he explained. Quite often, two souls meet for the first time. Even first meeting does not create attraction or repulsion or resistance all of a sudden. The journey is long than human intelligence could. The journey is long than human intelligence can understand. Indeed, the journey is long and human intelligence cannot understand all aspects and mysteries of the soul. And even the first meeting does not create attraction or repulsion or resistance all of a sudden. The journey is long and human intelligence cannot understand all aspects and mysteries of the soul. Certain relations blossom to pay off the debts, while others blossom to protect each other. Still certain blossom to fulfill certain specific karma. As a result, no relationship can really be understood on the surface alone. No relationship can be understood on the surface alone. Slowly and slowly, the seeker began to realize that the society has rendered the meaning of marriage or relationship so simple. Really, the meaning is not as simple as it appears to be. Each relationship is much deeper. Shankar continued, when you consider your spouse a mere person, then this gives rise to a struggle. However, when you look at your spouse, as a mirror of your actions, when you look at your spouse as the mirror of your actions, then an awakening is born in you for the first time. Whenever two people interact one another, they mirror each other. This you have to understand deeply and keep it at the back of your mind. When two people meet one another, and more so when two souls, two partners are together, for the first time they mirror each other. Then when you consider your spouse as the mirror of your karmas, your actions, then an awakening is born in you for the first time. This brought tears to the eyes of a seeker. He for, realized for the first time that things for which he had been blaming his wife for so long, those were really his own imperfections, his own incomplete journey within. It is the imperfections and incomplete journey within. With this, the last quarter of the night was nearing. Certain stars were clearly visible in the sky. Same time Shankar revealed a mystery that brought that breath almost stopped for everyone present there. Shankar said, sometimes your spouse is the same soul that has lived a different way in any past life. Your spouse in this life could be your mother or father or friend or disciple or your opponent. With this, the seekers were filled with disbelief, while Shankar's eyes had total trust, and no one dared to ask further questions for deeper explanation. After a gap of silence, a short silence, Shankar continued, soul never looks at the names of the relationships. Soul never looks at the names of relationships, whether it is husband-wife, whether it is friend, whether it is mother and daughter, mother and sister, father and son, father and daughter, or anything else. Soul only sees and creates opportunity to grow and evolve. This you have to understand deeply. Soul does not see the name of relationship. It only sees and creates opportunity to grow and evolve. Therefore, the soul that once protected you, that may appear in the next life to give you even more difficult experiences. It is because of that you grow in life. The soul's journey continues. Soul also sees and creates opportunity to grow and evolve. Therefore, the soul that once protected you, that may appear in the next life to give you even more difficult experiences. And one who was your opponent or critic can become intimate to you in the next life. Also, those who consider as if there is a deep chaos and turmoil in life, as if life has been shaken to its very roots, the foundation. For them, relationship was only a matter of present life. Therefore, for them, such situation was not less than a deeper mystery, and Shankar continued to explain this mystery. Among those gathered there, one inquired, though in a fearful gesture, can one even know really what is the true nature between me and my spouse? Hesitatingly, in a fearful gesture, one among those gathered there asked, "Can one even know really what is the true nature between me and my spouse?" Such question remains always in the minds of everyone around. With a mystical pause, Shankar responded, "Mind always wants to know. However, the soul wants to recognize this and realize." Mind wants to know. There is a difference between knowing and realizing. Mind wants to know, however, the soul wants to recognize this and realize this. Certainly, this recognition is so intimate, almost like a realization, and this comes through awakening, only awakening. Shankar further explained, unless and until one is not freed of inner chaos, turmoil, constant chatter, and noise, one can never realize the true nature of any relationship. Everyone, male or female, has chaos, disturbance, turmoil, constant chatter. So, in the process of evolution, first, what happens? The inner quiet, inner disturbance, turmoil, and chaos is dissolves. In the presence of an awakened one, first this disappears. And the moment all noise, all chatter, all chaos and turmoil vanishes, one knows the true nature of relationship, or why have they been brought closer. Sometimes people come and they ask, they wonder why, what is the relationship between the master and the disciple, why the disciple is constantly being attracted towards the master. This is the case. And also, or why have they been brought closer? Also cannot understand why is there such an intimacy between the two. He can only see events, but never the consciousness hidden behind those events. Why these things are happening this way. Same time, dawn was knocking, and everyone was unaware of the time as it rolled. Shankar continued, many people waste entire lifetime thinking that they have chosen a wrong partner. This is the situation with almost everyone. Quite often the real problem is not the partner. Problem remains in the message or the lesson that they never want to learn. The problem remains in that message or the lesson that they never wanted to learn. These words pierced like a sharp arrow in the disciple. Because each person can remember a relationship where he or she only wanted and focused on changing the other, not I am or herself. Everybody wants to change the other, but in that process he forgets to bring about a change in her or him. Each person can remember a relationship where he or she wanted and focused on changing the other, not oneself. Then Shankar explained something even deeper. The day you will consider your spouse not a mere object to change, the day you realize your partner not an object or something to change, instead you see your spouse as a soul worthy to understand, that day from the bondage of karma, that day the bondage of karma shall begin to shatter. Remember, reaction fuels karma. When you react to something, it fuels. With your each reaction, bondage of karma deepens and your life becomes a solutionless chaos and turmoil. This is a situation that we feel that their life cannot undergo change, their spouse will not change, and nothing. The reason is you have not considered your spouse as a soul, and you want to bring a change into him or her. And then your life will remain a solutionless chaos or turmoil, and with deep mystical understanding that inner chaos and turmoil begins to come to an end with deep understanding. It is as if many unresolved knots in life have started releasing naturally without any effort on your part. You will realize something miraculously has happened. However, deepest mystery is still needed to be unfolded. And the seekers were listening to Shankar attentively. Deeper mystery is still needed to be unfolded, and all the seekers were listening to Shankar attentively. Let us pause here. Absorb. If you wish, listen to it again. Probably, depending on the response, I may explain this aspect once again for a deeper understanding. Until then, take care.